I'm going to show you just how easy it is to crimp the PEX pipes right back here for your plumbing on your food truck. You take your little crimp tool right here and you go right back here and you align it. If you guys can see, this one's loose like a goose. We're just going to put that there. Align it nice and neat. Boom. Crimp it down. There you go. Just like that is how you install the crimp rings on the PEX piping on your food truck. Let's get started right now with this video. Are you guys ready for some food truck plumbing videos? Woo! We're so excited. Let's get to it. We're going to be completing the food truck plumbing when it comes to the 3-compartment sink right here. We have the hand sink right there. So I'm going to show you. This is kind of like the final of it, but I'm going to be clipping in the step-by-step, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. As you recall from the previous video, like right before this one, it's called How to Build Your Food Truck Plumbing Part 1. This will be Part 2. These are my drain lines, 1.5" PVC. There are no P-traps. I repeat again, there are no P-traps on here. And as I said before, I just copied Domino's Plumbing, how they have their system running. And I was like, it works for me. But this is the pump that I have. Again, it's a C-flow. I have to clip all these in here, right there. All the PEX lines, I have to just crimp them together so they can be nice and ready to be able to run some water on it. This is that new water pump that I just received. I received the second one. Camping World was really, really nice and speedy. They sent me a second one because I think the first one was defective. I never really turned it on, but when I opened it up, the little things down here, just water started gushing down. So I don't know if somebody returned it, used, or something like that, but I didn't want to take a risk. I ordered another one and they exchanged it for me. So thank you, Camping World. I do have, I don't know if you guys can see it, right down here in the gas line. I have a 1/2 inch to 3/4. We're running 3/4 gas lines on this because all the equipment typically that you use in a restaurant is 3/4. So I just kept it all 3/4 and then brought it from like 3/8 on the changeover up front and then 1/2 inch on this and made it all 3/4. So much easier to work. But there you go. Here's how we did all the PEX lines on here. Down here. It's a real nice flow that you have to it. And then I'm going to be working on this as well. This is going to feed my propane line right down here. This is a little contraption that I kind of made myself. I saw it in another food truck way back in the day, and I just love using it like this. This will be for my 3 equipments that I have, being the charbroiler, the griddle, and the burners. These are the 3 that I have on there that I'm going to be using. So it makes it really easy to use. I'm going to put some propane shutoff valves right here. So then, like safety valves, ball valves, and that way we keep them safe right here just in case you do have some leaks in here or something. You want to be able to shut it off here. And then also as well, you can shut it off over here on the fire alarm system. There you go. That's pretty much it. Let me backtrack a little now. I just wanted to show you that right now. But let's get to it and working on this plumbing and the propane lines as we're kind of like doing step by step. There's not really like a way that I can tell you guys, hey, you know what? This is the way to start your food truck, because I don't really have a system of where, like, you know, I need to do plumbing today, the gas tomorrow. I just kind of take it as the weather permits. Sometimes I go work outside on the food truck and do like the water lines and things like that. So there's not really like a specific schedule that I keep. That's just me personally, because this is kind of like a hobby for me, and I try to help you guys out. The building of them is a hobby. I do have my food truck that I run, which is Rolling Burritos, and I just try to provide as much of the construction background that I have so you guys can build your own food truck as well. But with that, let's get started. Enough of me yapping. Drop your questions in the comments. Again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Let's get right to it. Again, Frank Volunteers, let's go. One of the things that we're going to be using, one of them being the water pump, which is this one right here. I use this one consistently, C-flow water pump. It's 120 volt. So you see there, it just plugs right into your outlet. And then I have a switched outlet, which makes it more like an on-demand water pump, where I can just flick the switch and it'll turn on without having to plug it in, plug it out, plug it in, plug it out. So it's really convenient. Here's the one I use. I know there are many other options out there, like 12 volt ones, other brands of 120 volt. I cannot help you and recommend you anything else besides the one that I use, which is this one right here. 120 volt C-flow water pump. That's that right there. Woo! This stuff is no joke. I don't know how these plumbers do it every single day, being on your knees and working like under sinks, water heaters. Woo! Tough stuff, man. I do electrical work, and bending pipe is the hardest part of our job. But this is tough. But anyways, I just wanted to show you before I wrap up the evening what I finished here today. I laid out the PEX lines. Nothing is secure yet, just so you are aware of. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough of everything, and I liked how everything was designed. This is a little gate valve that I put, like a little water shut off, and then from here it runs up. Make sure that you put this a strainer. It comes with the water pump. Make sure you put the arrows the right way, and then it goes here, and then it goes out there, and then from there it goes at the 3-compartment sink, the cold side, and then from right there, this is going to come into the water heater. And then from the water heater, if you can see the red lines, it goes out to the 3-compartment, and then this goes up to the hand sink. That's pretty much what I have going on right now. As you can see, there it is. Just a quick peek again. It comes out from the water tank, boom, boom, up to the water pump. And then from there it splits off. And then if right here is going to go to the water heater, this one right here. And then from here to the hand sink. I ran out of blue PEX. It is 10 feet of it. Crazy. Goes by so fast. But that's how I've ran this. So far so good. I'm just gonna secure everything tomorrow, and I need one more fitting right here. I need one more of these bad boys that I ran out of. My gosh. So at the end I'll take a tally of everything that I used and update the description on the video. But there you go. Hopefully that helps. It gets a little tricky working it right here after we connect the three sinks together, and then we have to connect it right down here, almost like on a downhill, with another sanitary T, as you can see right there, and then we have to connect the hand sink. It gets a little tricky. It's not terribly difficult, but it does take a little bit of work. You just gotta make some measurements and all that fun stuff that comes with plumbing and PVC, but we'll make it happen. But that's how I have it connected. It goes bang, bang, bang. And then we take another T straight down to the waste tank on an angle down, so gravity can do its work. And then we just connect this one as well. This is a hand sink, and we're just gonna kind of 90 it in and connect it to that side of the sanitary T, because it's gonna go like that. There's my explanation. Hopefully that helps. But here it is. If you guys see this, you guys would probably be like, "Oh, dang, that looks good." I hope, right? I hope you guys say that. But I forgot one thing. I forgot this backflow water preventer, where like the water doesn't splash back in here. That's what this little valve is for. So this actually goes right there in this little spot right there. So it's not going to be a horrible fix, because I can just cut that PVC. I just mark the 2 lines on the left and the right, cut it, and then just insert it in between both PVCs. But for this, if you guys can see, look at it, I have it all done. And good thing I didn't secure this one yet, because that's going to go right there. A little piece of PVC is going to go right there. And that's how that's going to look. Whew, it's a little chilly today. It started snowing in Chicago again. And it is cold in here. So I've been like back and forth out of here all day. But that's what I've been working on. I just want to show you that. I forgot to put that in, but I'll cut that out right now, and then it'll all be complete. So not a biggie. But this is that backflow preventer that you sometimes they require you to have. This depends on your health department. I like to put it in because it doesn't let the bad water come back in, so that's pretty cool to have. So there you go. That's what we need to insert right now. This is where it can get a little bit more nerve-wracking when you're cutting into the exterior of your trailer. So make sure always measure twice, cut once. I like to use a hole saw because it cuts a nice circular cut that fits exactly perfect for this type of fill valve. And if you're using this type, I recommend the hole saw. If you're using a square, then make a nice square cut so it could be a nice clean finish on your trailer there. So as always, measure twice and cut once. In the description here, I'll link the hole saw that I use and also the fill valve that I use on this specific setup that I have here. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about what I did here now. This is where the fill valve, the gravity fill valve is going to go. You have to cut this out on your trailer or your truck. Do not be scared to cut. Make sure that you measure Especially like here, if you guys can see, I do have a stud there. I knew there was going to be one there. I just didn't know exactly where it was. So you just kind of have to move this around and play with it. Make sure that you don't grab this stud there if your truck or trailer has it. Usually and typically they will. Or make sure you mark them out on the floor inside. And then inside here, just kind of notch this out just to make it somewhat not so bad looking from the inside. You just kind of lay this in. You guys can see this has a that's where the air valve is, where it gives it like the suction on it. This is just literally gonna set it there. Let me walk inside. Let me show you what I got. Oh my god. So in here, this is where it's going to go. You just kind of hold it right there, and that's where we're gonna put the 1.5 inch water fill line, which is where my hand is. And then the other one is where like the vacuum hose goes, and that's this one right here. They give it to you when you buy the tanks, and that one's gonna go straight to here on the freshwater tank. That one goes straight to there. And then over there I buy another little gizmo that I'll show you. It's on order right now. That's a mini air valve that I buy from over there. But from here, this is where this one goes. This is the main one that goes to the gravity fill station, if you want to call it, right there. And I use the crimp rings on here. I don't use these that they give you. Let me show you. I don't use these that they give you with the kit because I don't like it, because it has like this little silver thing that comes out and it's like all over the place. But I do use these. I use what I use on the PEX, which is the copper crimp ring. That's exactly what I use to connect that hose right there. So let's do that now, and then we'll get this in place, and then we'll connect it to right there. So let's rock and roll. And all the hoses that you need for this comes with the kit that you can buy from Class A Customs. If you buy from there, they do come as a kit, so you don't have to worry about other types of hoses that you need. I'm just using the multi-tool here just to clean up some of the edges. That way that pipe or that hose fits really nice on the inside. They finally installed the fire suppression system on here. As I mentioned, I do it with a third-party vendor out here in Illinois. They actually raised the prices. So I had prepaid this a long time ago, so the price didn't really affect me. But now I think they're at about $3,400 per install. I paid $2,900 for this. Originally, my first trailer I paid $25, and then $29, and then now it's like $34. So it just keeps going up and up. But that's where the tank goes right here. It's a night kitchen pyrochem, and then what size is it? Does it even say the size on here? Restaurant fire suppression system, PCL 300, whatever that means. And then it has all the little contraptions, the pull station right there, the control head, and then it has everything that runs right up there. It's gonna have for a griddle, 36-inch griddle, a 24-inch charbroiler, and then a 12-inch burner. Those are the little nozzles that are there, and it has all these little contraptions in there. So at least that's done. One more thing we can check off the box. One thing I am going to do, as I showed you in the beginning of this video, is I'm going to swap out these can lights. For some reason they keep flickering. I have no idea why. It's crazy. And I'm changing them for these. It's the same ones, just redoing them all over again. I don't know what happened, because they shouldn't be flickering. The brand is not like a cheap brand that you just buy wherever. It's Sylvania, so you know, it's not bad. 1200 lumens, 16 watts, and I'll use the color Daylight, which is 5000 K or Kelvin. But that's what I'm going to be doing, is swapping these 4 can lights out, because they have a slight flicker every now and then. It annoys me so much. I just can't see flickering lights. I hate flickering lights, but that's what that is. So let's swap those out. Just want to give you an update on that. Alrighty, so this vent-free XL water heater, I ordered it from Camping World. However, the first one that I received, when I took out these little grommets inside, I'll show you, they were like all full of water. So then I called them. Very, very nice people, and they were able to issue me a replacement. So let me show you exactly where the water came from when I opened up the original XL water heater, and see, hopefully this one doesn't have the same issue. But let's open this one up and I'll let you know. So on the water heater, they have these little caps on here. That's how they come from the factory. And when I took them off originally, these right here were just drenched in water. So I don't know if somebody probably returned it And because see, this one, dry as can be, nothing comes out. That's how it should be. But the other one, once I took those little caps off, just water was drenching down. So make sure that you check your equipment when it arrives right away. I didn't do that, but they were nice enough to still offer me a replacement. Thank you, Camping World, for sending me a new one. And those are the batteries that ignite the water heater right here, so you can get the heat. So you need those batteries as well, but they come packaged inside the box here. So let's install this. I already have all my pipes in right there. Now I just gotta attach them to this. I hadn't done it because I needed the water heater, but I have it now, so let's fix it up. Don't look at my mess. So what I'm gonna try to do back here is hook up this backflow preventer. Make sure you hit the arrow in the right spot, because you don't want to go opposite. And that's where I had my little mistake that now we're about to correct. So let me put some glue right on here. This is a little piece right there. I'm going to link it in the description for you guys. We're just going to put glue on both sides. Right there. And put on this side as well. Just like that. And then we're just going to try to fit it in right here. Gonna be a fast install because this thing's gonna dry out really fast. There it is. Come on. You don't want it to dry out on you. All right, there we go. Done and done. So that's how you correct a mistake. That could have been a mistake, but it wasn't, because we were able to correct it in the nick of time. So there's that backflow preventer. Make sure that nothing pulls out here. We're good, we're good. We're good. All right, now let's connect this part right here, which that one should be pretty straightforward. It's just a little piece that we need, almost like a little nipple. And we're going to connect that to that, and that should be good. And then we'll finish up this piece over here, which goes to the hand sink. If you guys can see the PVC right here, that goes to the hand sink, and that'll end our plumbing section for the drains. Here we go. We do the same thing over and over. We just keep using this glue. I don't know if there's like a real way of, like when you're plumbing, do you put the glue on here, or do you put it over here? I don't know if there's a code for it. There's that. You can see it went inside. I like to put it on this side. That way it's a nice clean. You don't really see any glue on here, because if you put it on the pipe, then you'll have it all over there on that side. And then we're just going to connect this side to here. And then this will go over into the pipe. So let me connect this one now. Again, put glue right in there. As such. Okay. And then we're just going to put glue over here on this side. I'm putting glue over here on the PVC by the hand sink. You guys can see it because I went so fast, because I wanted to finish it before it dried. There it is. So that's what I was doing. I was putting glue right on this 90 right there. So now I have everything glued up together, nice and neat, and we have our nice flow. That's all I needed to finish that plumbing. So let me go over the quick summary of it. We have our hand sink right here, and then this goes right down into that backflow preventer, which goes down into the waste tank. Right here we have the three drains, and that goes into the backflow preventer as well, and then it drains right down. It's all like on a downhill action, and on this food trucks anyways, you're going to be going all over the place, so the water's going to be swooshing. So as much as you can get it to be in a downflow is nice, but at the end you're going to be driving, so you can just move around and it'll move with you. The water will just be trickling as you're driving down the road. So there it is.